All right, so we started this yesterday, but we're going to take 6x to the third and divide it by x. So that's our 6x squared. And then you take that and multiply it by the x plus 3. So you get 6x to the third plus 18x squared. And then you're subtracting. So then 19 minus 18 gives you 1x squared. And then you bring down your minus 37x. So now you're going to take x squared divided by x is x. And then take your x and multiply it by x plus 3. So x times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. And we are subtracting. So the x squareds cancel. And then negative 37 minus a positive 3 gives you negative 40x. All right, so negative 37 minus 3. So, and then you bring down the negative 120. And then negative 40x divided by x is a negative 40. And then take your negative 40, multiply it by your x plus 3. So you get negative 40x minus 120. And we're subtracting that, so that cancels out. And you get 0. Right, so 5q to the third divided by q is 5q squared. And then you multiply 5q squared times q minus 4. So you get 5q to the third minus 20. And you are subtracting. So 26 minus negative 20 is 46. When you're subtracting the negative, it's like adding.
That's what we use. Yeah. Wait, what? Say that again.
All right, so it's negative 20 for multiplying, right? But we're subtracting this whole thing. Mm-hmm. So it's 26 minus negative 20.
So that changes to a positive sign?
Yeah.
So is it only the bottom row that changes because of the negative sign?
Yes. It's like when you're subtracting polynomials, you change all the signs in there and then combine. So then you bring down the 107. And then you're taking the 46q squared divided by q. So that is 46q. So you get 46q squared. And 46 times 4 is 184. And then again, we're subtracting. So it's negative 107 minus negative 184. So that's going to give us 77q. And then you bring down the minus 308. So then it's a positive 77. And you multiply that, which gives you that. So when we are factoring, why did the camera thing turn on? Okay. When we're factoring a difference of squares, so those look like, and these are on page 23, really. So these are problems that look like this. So basically what this means is that you can take the square root, like these are perfect squares, right? You can evenly take the square root of both 16x squared and 81, right? So the square root of 16 is 4. So when we factor this, it's going to go back into like multiplying. It's going to look like a FOIL problem. We're like reverse foiling, essentially. So you have to take the square root kind of both pieces. So the square root of 16x squared is going to be 4x. So that goes there in both parentheses. And then the square root of 81 is 9. You have a 9 there, a 9 there. And then you've got 1 plus sign, 1 minus sign. Every time. Every time for these type of problems.
What if it doesn't, like, even
Then you can't use this method. Right, so to use this method, you have to have two perfect squares that are you can take the square root of evenly, and you have to have a minus sign in the middle. Right, that's why it's a difference of squares. So you have to have the minus sign, and you have to be able to evenly take the square root of both of these. Right, and if you're not sure, right, you have a calculator. You can just plug it in and check it. So let's do another one, right? Let's kind of combine what we just did with what we did before. Okay, so sometimes it's easier to factor things if you pull out a common factor first. So if we have right, so is this a difference of squares right now? No. Right, you can't take the square root of 3. Can't take the square root of 75. But what can we do here? Yeah, you can find the common factor. So what is a common factor? 3. So let's divide both of these things by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, so that leaves us with 1x squared. 75 divided by 3 is 25, right? Yeah, so 75 divided by 3 is 25. Now, with what's in the parentheses, is that a difference of squares? Yes. Right? Because technically this is a 1. See, the square root of 1x squared is just x, right? 1x. Square root of 25 is 5.
So what do you do with the 3 outside?
You just leave it on the outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the 3 just comes down, and then you have this. So then square root of that, square root of that. So that is x times x is x squared, right? And then 5y times 5y is 25y squared, and plus minus. You could do minus plus if you want, it doesn't matter, as long as you've got one of each. And that's it. You still don't seem very sure of that. Okay. All right. And I don't want to do sum and difference of powers. All right. Oh. Hold on.